But what was just the injury, you had been dealing with?
So I guess a couple years ago I tore my meniscus, and then I think I just re-tore it again in the last practice fall camp. It's what they call a bucket handle tear. So my joint was basically in between the tear, so it got stuck at like 90 degrees for 3 days until surgery. And then I had to rehab that. I got it repaired, and I was back practicing after 8.5 weeks.
When did you return to practice then?
I returned last Tuesday, so I was full go Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I had the entire. So I got back the bye week, and then I had the entire game prep week too.
So I don't know if you expected to take a snap today, but were there any nerves just getting back there so soon like that? And, especially in that spot too, where maybe you guys have a chance to score.
Honestly, not really. Once I started practice this week, things kind of felt normal, back to normal, and as a 2, you always have to be prepared, and so I always expect to go in at some point, and if you expect to go in, then you're ready to go in.
So you weren't laboring the coaches to throw in that situation?
No, I just whatever it was called. Because I had a feeling that Graham wasn't allowed to go back in, but when he went out there, I was kind of confused. So when he came back, I was ready just to go.
What have you just seen from Miles in your absence? Obviously, a lot on the plate as a true freshman to have to prepare like he's a starter every game.
He's had to grow up a lot, and he's done a good job of doing that. When he was the guy in high school, it takes a lot to kind of get back down to earth, and he's done a great job of that. He's learned a lot from Graham and I and Keller and Coach Ingram and all those guys. And he could have just done his own thing and think that he should be the starter or whatever role it is, but he's been working hard from bottom up, and he earned some reps this year, and I'm proud of him for it.
Since you have been out though, and I've seen you travel to road games, what's just kind of been your role with Graham? Even though you knew you weren't going to play and seeing him in action.
So even when I'm dressed, I try to give as much insight as possible to what I see. I mean, the more eyes on the defense, the better. So when I go on away games, I would like to help him out as much as possible with defensive recognition, some play ideas. Like, he can talk to me if he wants to bring something up to me that I can bring to the coaches. Like, we have that bond where he can say whatever he wants to me, and I'll just relay that.
Is there anything that came about that? Because usually when a guy has no chance of playing or not wasting a spot on somebody on the travel roster, is there anything they brought up to you about traveling, or how did that just kind of play out?
I asked to travel to the away games. I didn't travel to the home games because Saturday mornings, like the non-travel guys, like the injured guys, have like a workout, and I wanted to get in the weight room as much as possible. So for home games, I would get a workout in before the travel guys got there. But away games, I want to be with the team, and I want to help Graham out and help Keller and anybody, Coach Ingram too. Especially during the transition of Coach leaving, there's a lot of uncertainty of what's going on, and I think me being there for them kind of helped them out a little bit.
Chase, when you first got hurt and had the surgery, did you know whether you're going to be able to make it back, or did you think, I'm done for the year? When did you first realize you'd be able to?
Well, this is my first actual serious injury, so I didn't know how my body would react to surgery or rehab or anything like that. But Dr. Bear, my surgeon, he named it was 2 to 5 months,
Okay.
2 being the very, very best. And I was just driving for that, and I was like, okay, there's a chance I can get back for the last third of the season. But I didn't know, because I was locked in a brace for 4 weeks. I didn't know how I would react, walking, running, all that stuff. But once I got out of the brace, which was after Ohio State week, I felt a lot better than I thought I would, walking and stuff. And it took me a couple weeks after that to get to jogging. And then once I started jogging, it was pretty full steam ahead from there, back to practice.